to be speaking with Kim Lefort. She is the HR manager for Richcraft Homes. This is a deeply established home builder in Ottawa. Thinking back a bit, Kim, we had started some conversations about the importance of the emerging capability of people leadership. And Richcraft really spoke about how this was an important leverage point for them to help build and prepare for ongoing success and growth. So we together decided about an investment in developing your leaders and ultimately led to us developing a customized leadership development program for your field supervisor team. And then we ran a second cohort for more of the in-office management team. Subsequently, we learned that Richcraft participates in employee engagement survey process about every 2 or 3 years. And we were really excited, Kim, when you shared some comparative results between your last couple of surveys. We were so pleasantly surprised to see a lot of the drivers of engagement that we saw linkages to some of the capability sets we had been working on in our development show some tremendous improvements. And I'm wondering if you can describe a little bit to me, what are some of the things you're actually seeing that's maybe evolved in your experience in working with the people? Are you seeing the leaders working differently with their teams? Are they communicating differently? What's helping them deliver, the promise of Richcraft quality to your clients?
Absolutely. You can see that just our retention rate and our turnover, specifically in construction, has gone down. People are staying because Richcraft is investing, specifically in our supervised leadership titles. Our leaders are leading with more transparency, more empathy, more emotional intelligence. They're becoming more of a mentor or coach to help and empower their own employees. For example, one leader out on our construction site, he has gained more patience and more understanding for his laborers. For example, he has taken the time and he has the empathy to understand the laborer's true needs and has adapted to it and actually has been patient and kind. And, the laborer is thankful for that. And the laborer is still here working with us and is doing a great job.
That is fantastic example. As we were thinking about having this conversation, I was wondering, and I'm so pleased to hear what you described as, what kind of impact you're able to see both in your role and on the business. So you describing, we're seeing less attrition, less turnover in our field teams. We're really, even personally, you're seeing people employing different strategies. Are you seeing a difference on, what people are coming to you for coaching about or help on?
When I started in 2022, there has been a lot of coaching and mentoring on how to talk to the employees and how to get results and being empathetic. Since you guys have come here, there has been less of the ask towards me in regards to dealing with their employees. They're actually dealing with their employees, and I'm seeing it with either the numbers, the rates, the low turnovers, or with the performance reviews that they conduct as well. You can see the outcome of that all and how it's transpired and how they kind of have their own tools and tool sets and what they can work towards with their team and what works for them and what doesn't. So I've noticed those things where they aren't leaning on me so much in regards to coaching and mentoring for their employees, how to deal with certain situations. They can just kind of handle it on their own and then make good of it.
And I remember always thinking, we talked a lot about, looking at that room full of leaders and going like, look around the room. Here is all of these people that you can start relying on. Are you finding any of that maybe happening? Are they turning to each other a little bit as well?
Yeah, actually, we recently promoted one of our leaders to a general site supervisor. So he kind of takes over all the site supers, but he was part of the leadership development program. So they actually lean on him quite a bit, and he has given great feedback. He actually came to me last week and talked about a situation that he dealt with a site super on employees, and he gave this feedback, and I said, that's absolutely right. That's great. This is the reason why they're not coming to see me, is because they're leaning on you, and they know that you went through this training with them. So they've learned a lot and they're utilizing it and using it into real life experiences, and it's working. It's working.
I'm wondering too, and your engagement with your executive team, are you recognizing other business, measures being impacted by the work that now these leaders have kind of shifted the approach that they're taking and working with their teams? Are you realizing any other benefits?
I mean, when you look at our survey, it speaks volumes. I touched on a few things, but there is other ones that have improved over the last 3 years, like our team engagement, our organizational culture, our immediate manager and supervisors. Within the departments, it has been more trusting, more collaborative, and more inclusion within each department. But one of the most common strengths that was pulled from the employees' comment section within the survey was supportive management and development. Many comments reflect appreciation for management that is supportive, approachable, and effective at coaching and guiding employees. They also saw positive feedback or internal promotion opportunities, and the focus on leadership development, which has seen an encouraging long-term growth and acknowledging hard work within the organization. So, internal promotion opportunities. That's amazing to hear that employees see that and feel that, and I think that comes out of talking to our leadership and, encouraging our employees to show that you can move up and there is opportunities. And I think that all lies back down to leadership development and how to have those conversations and how to speak to your employees this way to get the best out of their employees. And they see it and they feel it and it's great.
That is nice, really nice. What's next? Where do you see, your investment in the leadership uh, capability at Richcraft going? What's next on your agenda?
Um I think I want to just take a step back and just explain what the importance of investing in our leaders. At Richcraft, we recognize that a strong leadership directly impacts our ability to deliver results. So whether that's hitting growth targets, improving customer service, running efficient operations, our leaders set the tone for performance, accountability, and continuous improvement across the business. So as a company that prides itself on quality and legacy, we know that success requires long-term thinking. Investing in leadership today ensures that we're building the needs for tomorrow, like successors, future executives, and resilient teams. So culture doesn't just happen by accident. It shapes every day what leaders say and do and prioritize. So by developing leaders who are confident, who are capable, and who are value driven, we reinforce a culture of what we want to protect and grow. So what's next? Continue to build on our leadership, developing our leadership team in a meaningful way. So our next step is to talk about communication amongst departments, understanding that we're one team and one company, and sharing, building connections amongst those departments makes everyone's lives a lot easier to hit the ultimate
Well,
goal.
this is great. I so appreciate Kim you taking the time to join and share your feedback. I mean, the wonderful thing about leadership development. Sometimes it's challenging to draw that straight line between a better behavior of a leader and how things are changing in the business. But
Sure.
when you look back over time and you see a real shift in what you have been describing, employee engagement, you're seeing a shift in real costs to the business, attrition, turnover, and then even better, you're positioning the organization for long-term growth by investing in the potential successors, getting people ready to lead more broadly, give them more scope because we're equipping them with the tools. That's really been a great story. Again, I so appreciate you sharing that with us.
I appreciate your time and your efforts, you and Jenny. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal with us and with Richcraft, and it's been a pleasure working with you guys. So I look forward to what's next.
Fantastic.